Thank you for that interesting talk, all of you. I have few questions, three-part question rather. So the first one is to Shailaja. The topic being resolute will. And there is also this calm strength. And you nicely pointed out, reminded us about Patelji's contribution to India. Then there is also this figure of Subhash Chandra Bose. And then we also have our own Sri Aurobindo, who was right in the forefront of freedom fighting. And then he left all that and came to Auroville. So in terms of making the right choices, how do we, lesser mortals, make the right choices? You know, at that moment, perhaps it would have felt like as if fighting for India was the largest cause. But then no, he felt that there is larger than that. And he came to Auroville and did his sadhana. That was part one. Second, to you, Jyotiji, we all have this, pressure of pleasing others, no? And we also, since our childhood, we say listen to the parents, listen to the elders, and this and that, and also to the boss, and then slowly it turns into a sense of servility to an extent, not just being its service. How does one make a distinctness between these two? The impetus to act, while the impetus, knowing that it is not coming from this place of pleasing others. The impetus is to act resolutely towards something larger. And to you, Dr. Mehra, how do we reconcile? You talked about this wrath as a blessing. Then how do we look at these ongoing world events like Russo-Ukraine war, or let's say the Chinese oppression of the Uyghurs community? It's a very definite, resolute will to act against them. How do we yet understand that? Where do we draw the line? Where is the red line? How do we understand that? Thank you.
I can only speak from the experience of my work, and I keep reading a lot of spiritual stuff. I've been meditating, doing different things. And I think this basic respect, if we can maintain it for all life forms, so we are somewhere tuned in to see every other point of view. So in storytelling, especially when I'm doing screenplay, from whose angle is the story told? So I can look at this whole thing from different angles. So this ability we get to look at the same thing from different places, kind of gives us the empathy. And with that empathy, I would go to what he was saying in terms of if it's giving us that solace, that we're okay. But I go through a lot of crises with even small things like, can I quit this film unit? Because the project is extending too long and I can't take it anymore. It's coming into my family, domestic responsibilities. It puts me through a lot of crises, and I don't find the constraint to decide it. I found the only thing that helped me was to look at it from various points of view, to somewhere nullify my ego totally, and suddenly I feel I'm part of a universal thing. I'm able to look at it from, you go so down that you actually get a bird's eye view. And that there somewhere, that will give me the calm and the answer to say, do I just cover up this case, or do I take it up as a case against the system? Because it's often so difficult, because you are fighting to correct a system sometimes. If you're working with something like children or Me Too movement and stuff like that. When you want to correct it, but when do you there are times when you should not talk about it. There are times when so that realization comes from all of these things they said. And magically, when I become so small, I go higher to get that calm strength, which once I reach there, I find, okay, I know I've decided, then I'm able to stick on to it. And from there is the strength, which is like, I would say, swift. And that impulsiveness is not just a sudden thing. It came from a lot of thought, which is what will give us that calm strength. And I think sometimes not talking, just keeping quiet has helped me, because by nature I'm a very talkative person. I can express myself so sometimes you realize you started using, instead of using 5 words, you're using 500 words. And then you need to take that step back. And probably those are the things that give us the calm strength to become more powerful and convinced about what we are doing.